Hello everyone and welcome to No Plan. Are you looking for a laptop around the $150 range? Well, did you know that Hyundai makes a laptop? They actually make a few. This is the only one available on Amazon for $150. There's nothing in here. And here is the laptop and its respective little charger. As for I/O, you have your charging port, a USB 3.0 Type A mini HDMI, I believe, which I wish it didn't have because mini HDMI sucks. It has a micro SD slot, a headphone jack, take note, phone manufacturers, and a USB 2.0 port. Also on the bottom, you have this little compartment right here, which surprisingly is a M.2 slot, which is weird because this is a very cheap laptop. It's not as cheap as like a Chromebook or anything like that. I mean, I don't know if you can see this about the keyboard. Or hear this. Very gummy keyboard. It doesn't feel very nice to use. Also, the power button is very gummy as well. It has a Intel inside, as it says, but as we review the specs here, it's a Intel Celeron and 4 gigs of RAM. Also, I'm almost certain that this laptop is using, I think it's eMMC storage, which is like an SD card for the main slot, because whenever it boots up, it is extremely slow for what it is. Now, as far as using it, this is great for just doing Word documents or browsing the web. You can watch YouTube videos on here. I have they're a little laggy on some of the 4K settings, but they're usable. I guess that's the thing about this laptop. It's usable and not really, it doesn't do anything very well. How many companies that make cars also make laptops? I mean, you don't see a Chevy laptop, not that it would run. Also, something else about quality control. I don't know if you're able to see this, and let me minimize this so it's a bit of a darker screen. The webcam right here, it's a little low. It's usable, but it's not in the center as it should be. One thing about this laptop though is there's no bloatware. Aside from just the Hyundai background here, everything else I've installed, it was just, pretty much running Edge and basic Windows 10, which was a really nice refresher. Although, I actually had to order this laptop twice because the first time I got it, and this, keep in mind, is not a refurbished laptop, this is new, it had an account set up on it. And I thought, oh, maybe Hyundai, some laptops, they'll set up an account for you and have the password in the box. No, this was someone had set this up and I don't know who, so I had to send it back and Amazon sent me another one. And this one was fine, but I'm not gonna necessarily blame that on Hyundai, but that was a bit of a, sore spot on the ordering process. Now, back to what I was saying, this is a very average laptop. It's not terribly useful for what I want it for. To be honest, you can get for around $150 to $170 and a much older but very powerful used and refurbished Lenovo like ThinkPad T450 or something like that. And that has literally, I think, VGA, HDMI, tons of USB ports. And it's also going to be faster because it's got way more RAM, even if it is slower. But honestly, I'm going to send this laptop back. I ordered it because of the gimmick of it being a Hyundai laptop, but that's not a strong enough reason for me to use this as my daily driver, which I'm planning to use it to write scripts and stuff like that on, which it does do fine, but I want to have it where I can output, without having to use an adapter. I want to have multiple USBs. This is just very average. And I don't think I can recommend it. It's funny, on Amazon, Hyundai actually makes a micro SD card, a tablet, and this laptop. It says there's actually several other models, but they are out of stock and I don't know when they're gonna be back. Overall, the Hyundai laptop, it's not a good recommendation for me. It's funny, but as far as a daily driver laptop, you could get something much better, even if it is refurbished, which you may have different thoughts on refurbished. I've always had a good time with them, but you could get something far better for a little bit more or around the same price depending on when you order it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to No Plan and we'll catch you next time.